Thinking about moving to the Venice area and you're not sure if a single family home or a condo is better for you?
We're going to talk about that in this video. Let's get started. Also, make sure you stay tuned to the end because we're going to have a secret third option that blends the best of both worlds.
So first, if you're thinking about price and affordability, condos are going to be a little more affordable out the door just because they are priced lower than a single family home would be.
Yeah, lower price point, on the actual unit itself. Obviously, there's some fluctuation when you're talking about the HOA and stuff that we'll get into all that in a little bit.
But with that being said, your monthly payments might be pretty similar to a single family home not in an HOA because of those HOA fees.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to figure out, your numbers and see if it makes more sense for a condo or a single family home.
Yeah, and it's going to be a case by case thing. Of course, there's different HOA fees for different condos, and some homes may or may not have an HOA fee as well.
Yeah, so making sure you know what those HOA fees are going to be for the condo are also very important, just because you don't want to have a monthly fee that exceeds your budget.
Yeah, and you also want to think about, what is all included in those HOA fees too, because, a lot of times people will look at an HOA and they'll kind of get sticker shock and they'll be like, oh my gosh, this is a monthly payment I got to pay every month. And, it's just like you're just giving them money, but you're getting something for that money. I think that's the important thing to understand, but also how does that work out as far as, is it worth it for what you're getting? Because for every person that's going to be different.
So a lot of times condos will include either water, or sometimes they'll have like a cable included within that HOA fee. It also includes the exterior maintenance and exterior
insurance.
Yeah, so that's a big one, just because with a single family home, you have to insure the exterior and you have to, keep up with the maintenance unless you're in an HOA again, and then the maintenance is included, but then that HOA fee is going to be a lot higher.
Yeah, like for me, we lived in a condo previously in the Orlando area when we lived there. By the way, if you are looking to move to the Venice area, get a hold of our team. We can help you out.
941-221-1897. We've helped a lot of people move to the area. Would love to help you too.
Call or text us at any time. But when we moved to that condo, it was like, what was it, like 200, 250 a month?
Almost 300 a month.
Yeah, and it's went up since we moved there. But at the time, we were like looking at that, but it included the water bill. And we're like, okay, well, that's like $100 a month right there. So, you're kind of like, okay, well, really then we probably would have paid about $100 a month for water anyway. So it's actually like 200. And then that includes our exterior maintenance and insurance. So, when you put it all together, it's like, okay, it made sense.
And when we did the math, we figured homeowners insurance, well, we are now only insuring the interior of the home, so it's going to be a lot lower because of that. So it kind of like worked itself out, I would say, between water, maintenance, and insurance as well.
Yeah.
And just to give you an idea what an HOA cost here in Venice would be, for a condo, it's probably around $250, $300, and it can go upwards to like $800, $900, which that's what you hear a lot in the media or in YouTube videos.
And it's very location dependent.
Yeah, the closest you are to the water, it can be $800, $900 a month, because now you have to, the HOA has to insure the exterior, and it's higher risk.
Yeah, so if you have sticker shock and you think, oh, it's just this greedy HOA, it's like, well, that's not really the whole story.
Yes.
That money's going somewhere, Also, I think worth considering is HOAs with houses.
Yes.
And the restrictions that go with that we'll get into in a second as well. But like for a house, it really depends.
It can be as low as $50 a month or like $100 a year, but obviously that doesn't include anything. But it can go up to as high as $500 a month.
Yeah, maybe even a little more depending. We've seen.
Included,
yeah.
And also that HOA fee, it's not like you're just giving the money away to the HOA. That means you probably have a gate, at least in most communities. If it's like $100 a month, you're going to have a gate, maybe a community pool. But the higher HOAs, you're going to have resort style pools, basketball courts, tennis courts.
Yeah, sometimes they'll even have like an activity director. It really depends.
Yes.
You can go as high or as low, and then of course you can also go the no HOA option.
Yes.
Which, also I think one thing to consider too, not that we're misrepresenting things, like with an HOA we're saying, you're getting something for that money. That being said, if it includes like lawn maintenance, for example, you might be able to get that done cheaper on your own if you're in a community without an HOA and you just pay for someone to do it. Or most home HOA communities, generally, I'd say most don't include lawn maintenance, but there's some that do.
And a lot of times they'll have, so like if your neighbor has a guy that mows their lawn, they'll charge even less if it's a whole street of neighbors that use the same company to mow their lawn. They're going to charge a lot less than if you were just to have one company come and take care of your lawn.
Yeah, they'll typically kind of pass some of those savings on to you. Depends on the lawn maintenance company, of course, but a lot of them are good that way. And also, I think one thing to consider with that as well is, there's also usually like an HOA, maybe like a management company or board. So some of your money is going to that as well, which is why, like, again, you're generally going to get a little more for your money paying for a lot of this stuff on your own versus if you go through the HOA.
The other thing to keep in mind with HOAs, even if you are in a single family home, is the restrictions that come along with it. Some people love that, some people don't. It just depends on you and how you feel about it. But the other thing to keep in mind as well is if you're in a home without an HOA, not only you don't have any amenities, but also you can't really control what your neighbor does with their property. So some people, because of that, they prefer the HOA route, even if it is like a lower HOA.
Yeah, and then like with condos, your restrictions are generally going to be, anything that's maybe in a window or outward facing. Sometimes there'll be restrictions with that, and then like parking spots. But outside of that, anything inside your actual unit, there's really not too many restrictions. Yeah, maybe like some noise issues and stuff like that.
Yeah, pet restrictions. Yes. If you have a dog that's heavier than like 40 or 50 pounds, they might not allow them. So that's something to keep in mind as well.
Yeah, generally with homes, that's less of an issue. It's very rare for there to be very many restrictions as far as that goes in a single family home in an HOA.
The next thing to keep in mind is, what does your lifestyle look like when you move to Florida? Do you want it to be more like maintenance free, or do you want to be taking care of your lawn? That has a lot to do if you want to go the condo route or the HOA route in a single family home or non-HOA.
Like we said, you could hire someone to do your lawn maintenance, which a lot of people do.
Yes.
But sometimes it is nice, like some communities, like even the single family homes, or some communities only have single family homes and no condos. Your lawn maintenance might be handled for you, and that can be a nice purchase to know you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to deal with it. You can just get up and go whenever you want, and on a day-to-day basis, your weekly basis. It's just one less thing that's kind of sucking your time, energy, paying that bill. It's just already happening as part of your HOA.
Yes, and the other thing too to keep in mind is with HOA communities, like we mentioned before, they have a lifestyle director if you're in a single family home even. So if you want to have access to a lot of things going on within the community, within your neighborhood, then that's something to keep in mind. Venice is really good though, I feel like, with the downtown area and having a lot of different events going on throughout the year and mainly throughout the snowbird season. So if that's not, if you just want to find your own events, you can do that as well. But if you want to have them in your neighborhood, then the HOA route would be ideal.
Yeah, and as far as going extra low maintenance, obviously the condo is going to be like the easiest, breeziest, get up and go whenever, be gone for a few months, no big deal. Like, there's no lawn to maintain, and if there is some patches of lawns, obviously the HOA is going to cover that. A lot of times, like we mentioned, it could include your water bill, maybe cable, depends. Your whole community, though, is basically handled on the outside. All you got to worry about is what's inside your house, so no one's going to come vacuum for you.
Next thing to keep in mind with a condo especially is your privacy and space. With a condo, you do share walls. You can share 2 walls, up, above, below. So keeping that in mind, with a single family home, you obviously, are freestanding, so you don't share any walls, so you have more privacy there.
And the secret third option that we're going to talk about, I think, will be interesting for a lot of you people that maybe want the low maintenance lifestyle, but don't really want to share much walls. We got something for you for that.
And also, if you want to have a backyard with a condo, it's impossible to have unless you're like on the first floor and then you have a little bit of a backyard.
Yeah, there's a few places that have that.
Yeah, but with a single family home, you can have a small backyard. If you are in an HOA, if you're not in an HOA, your lot's going to be a lot bigger. In Venice, most of the lots are pretty similar size though, even if you're not in an HOA, but you do have that space. And also, if you are in a single family home, even if your lot is smaller, you still have, more distance from the neighbors as well. And you can have, if you're not in an HOA, you can have, room for gardening, things like that. But if you are in an HOA, that's probably not going to fly by with the HOA.
Yeah. So you're getting a little cushion, in between. Again, a lot of the lots in a lot of Venice are going to be closer than maybe where you're used to if you're coming, especially like from the Midwest. But that being said, you're still not sharing a wall. There's a little space in between. And there is some options where there are some lots that are a little bit bigger to give you a little more space in between. So which option is best for you? That's the question of the day, right?
Let us know in the comments below. But yeah, if you're looking for a more living breezy lifestyle, I think a condo would be a great option, just because you don't have to worry about anything other than your inside walls. A single family home, you are able to find, you know, with maintenance included, but then again, your HOA fees are going to be higher. So it really depends on what you're looking for in your lifestyle.
Yeah, and again, you know, maybe you don't want to have the HOA, or you don't mind being a low cost HOA, but you do want to have lower maintenance. Again, some of the things we've mentioned would be things to consider, such as getting lawn maintenance handled. You know, you could just hire a company. Some companies even will take care of like your bushes, your trees and stuff like that. But you know, those are all expenses that will add up. And one thing I think to also keep in mind is, like for like a condo, getting some of that maintenance, or even sometimes like, you know, the third option that we're going to talk about, it might be pretty comparable to if you were to hire someone, just because the HOA or the community will hire one company to do the whole community. And so because of that, per unit or lot or whatever the case may be, it comes out to a little lower because they're giving them a deal.
We have one more thing to talk about condos, but first let's talk about that secret option we've been keeping from you. And those are actually villas. Villa is
awesome way to go.
Yeah, it's similar to a single family home in, you know, in size. They can be like 1600 square foot homes, but you do share a wall. In the Midwest we call them duplex, so you can share a wall. There are some that you only share one wall, but there are some that you can share two walls.
Yeah, typically what we see in the Venice area, almost all of them, I'd say 95% of them are just one wall usually.
Yes.
And yeah, it's usually a single story home.
And there are some detached villas as well, where
Yes.
it's like a small single family home.
Which is really awesome. That's a huge win. But yeah, I mean, the ones that you do share the wall, usually too, the way they split it up is like super logical. There's the garage in the middle. So the garage is the space where most of the shared wall is. So you're really not going to ever hear your neighbors, but you're going to get a lot of the perks that you would of a condo. A lot of times lawn maintenance will be included, you know, and the HOA will handle even like the roof and things like that. So it takes a lot off your plate and gives you kind of that condo lifestyle, but it's more of an actual home living.
Yes, and you don't have anyone above you or below you. It's literally like a single family home. It's just one wall that you're maybe two walls sharing, but it's not, you, like Jesse said, you're not gonna hear your neighbors most likely. I have seen some though that the garages are to the exterior and then the two homes are in the middle, which I think that's like a builder big fail.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of, yeah, it's just like
the purpose almost, but I mean, you're still having your own space and no one below or above you.
Yeah, and I mean, ultimately, you compare that to a condo where you could maybe have someone to your left, right, behind, below, and above.
Yeah.
To just have one person to your side is really not a huge ask. And, you know, I mean, generally, I would say the way things are in Venice too, I don't think you got a lot to worry about loud, noisy neighbors. I mean, obviously there is, you never know, it's different personalities, and yeah, but that's even in a single family home for that matters, that could become an issue, I guess.
The other living situation that kind of goes along with the villas are the townhomes. Very similar, but townhomes are typically 2 stories and then you share 2 walls with the neighbors.
If you get lucky, you can get an end unit where it's just
Yes.
one. And sometimes there is some that are just like the 2 and it's 2 stories.
Yeah.
Less common, but.
And then with both of those living situations, you do have the HOA fees, and it all depends on what's included in the exterior. It's not like condos. With condos, like, you know exactly that every condo is going to include the roof, the painting of the exterior maintenance. And with villas and townhomes, it all depends on the HOA community, so.
Yeah, I guess what I said earlier about the roof is like, it's not a guarantee. It's highly likely,
Yes.
but it depends on the community. So all things that would have to be looked into, and you know, we can help you definitely with that process if you are looking to buy or sell in the area. But there's one big thing we need to talk about with condos that's like super important right now, and I'm sure it's probably maybe come across your radar if you've even considered a condo. And it's these assessments and fees and things like that have been going on in Florida. Holy airplane.
We are pretty close to our small airport here in Venice.
Yes. Yeah, those fees. Take it away, Heydy. You could explain this one.
Yeah, so you have your HOA fees, and those are pretty consistent unless like there's like a big hurricane that damages the community. Then you're going to have an assessment, and you're either going to have like a big assessment that you have to pay $10,000-$20,000, or they just increase the HOA fee. Every situation is different, but
Yeah, maybe there's a lot of reserve funds and you might not have to pay the assessment if you're lucky.
and in some cases, the HOA fees typically never go down, but they stay pretty consistent. But with the assessments though, one thing to keep in mind, a lot of people think that every condo has an assessment. That's not the case, especially here in Venice. We do have some higher rise condos, but not like Miami area.
Yeah, and to explain the backstory on assessments if you're not familiar. So there was a condo that collapsed in Surfside, what was it, like 7 years ago, 6 years ago?
About, yeah.
And they basically passed this new law saying there had to have been this structural integrity assessment done by a certified engineer, basically, to make sure that the structure is going to be intact. So that doesn't happen ever again. But some of these HOAs didn't have enough reserve funds to get this done, or there was a bunch of maintenance on the building that hadn't been done because everyone wanted to keep their HOA fees low. So they put this bill in place saying, hey, you've got to have this much reserve funds, you've got to have this inspection done. So because of that, some of these HOA communities didn't have their reserve funds intact to what they needed to be. So now they got charged these big assessments. A lot of people think every condo in Florida now has this huge assessment.
The condo building has to be 3 stories or higher. So here in Venice, we have a lot of 3 stories or lower. Like we have 1 to 2 story buildings.
A lot of them.
Yeah, and those do not require any assessments unless, like I mentioned before, there's a big storm, hurricane damages the property, and there's not enough money in the reserve. So that's why it's important to understand what those reserves are, and before moving forward with a property, knowing exactly what it's in the reserves, what's the budget looking like, and things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, like, cannot stress this enough. People are scared off by condos now because of those assessments. If it's a 2-story building, and also like the proximity to the beach,
yes,
that's going to play a big factor. Like, all those things are big factors, but just because it's a condo doesn't mean you're going to be talking about big assessments, number one. And number two, I think an opportunity that lies right now because of that is because a lot of people are scared about that and think that, and so they're staying away from condos. There's a lot of deals to be had with condos right now. And these 2-story ones, nothing to worry about really there. I should say nothing, but
They got turf.
yeah,
Smart.
AstroTurf, I like that. But yeah, as far as like paying those big fees for getting the inspections and getting the building updated and all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
So could be some opportunity there. And if you would like to take advantage of that,
Yeah.
you should probably get a hold of us.
941-221-1897. We've helped a lot of people move to the area. We'd love to help you too.
Call or text us at any time. We can help you avoid mistakes going through the process and get answers to those questions that are often impossible to find online. And if you want to know more about what it's like to live in the Venice area, check out this video right here. Thanks for watching, and
Live
live breezy.